The next person signed up to speak is Mr. Raphael Crawford. Mr. Crawford, you could start by stating your name and address for the record, and you'll have up to 5 minutes.
It is a pleasure to stand before you. I'm Dr. Raphael Crawford, currently principal at Maynard Elementary School, and I will be very, very brief with you. I am aware, and you should be aware, that I met with Dr. McIntyre just 2 days ago, and he asked me not to speak at this meeting, so I'm sure there will be some fallback, but I am ready for that. You just can't tell an adult when they can speak and they can't. That has been part of the problem that has led me here today. Let me just go in, and I've prepared a written address for you. My address is 110 Bartlett Lane, if I didn't say that already. Again, I stand today against the wishes of Dr. McIntyre, but you should know that I will accept no retaliation for my speaking today. I am uncertain of the policy as it relates to speaking before the school board, but I wonder if I am the only person who was forced to meet with the superintendent and human resources director in an attempt to intimidate me into disclosing what I would say tonight, and then be told not to speak. When Dr. McIntyre asked me to come to Knoxville, I believed what he said to me. He has not delivered on the support he promised. In the couple of minutes that I have allotted, I will tell you that I have experienced personal and professional attacks from this administration. Most of his leadership team refuses to respond to email or calls from me. They have withdrawn support from my young scholars, my students, in an attempt to make things harder for me. Harming children is not how we demonstrate excellence for children. You should know that my children matter as much as those in more affluent communities. When I informed the Human Resources Department and district leaders about race-based sexual comments toward me, I was repeatedly told that Dr. McIntyre would not do anything, and nothing is exactly what happened. I have been escorted out of my building multiple times by school security, yet when my security officer was involved in a fight rolling on the floor during dismissal, though we called 911 and we called security, they didn't come till it was all over. The Executive Director of Elementary Schools has taken every possible vindictive action that she could towards me after I responded to an email she accidentally copied me on, in which she made some inflammatory negative remarks about me. She has even written me up for frivolous things like a dirty glass in the building that she didn't see. She hadn't been in at that time our building in months, but felt that that was just something else that should be added. The Human Resources Director has also been very, very negative. I don't know if it's whether her brother, I wouldn't hire one of her sorority sisters that she wanted me to hire, or that she was angered when her brother was reprimanded for something he did. He quit, but still was able to stay in Knox County Schools. In fact, he walked out that same day. Don't know. She accused me of not sending some school-purchased furniture to the previous principal, who I didn't even know when I got here. I have given excellent service to the children, to the families and staff of my school, and to the community because they deserve it. I've watched this administration degrade and pick on my teachers and staff, refuse to be available for our parents and community when asked. I remember last fall being told by Mr. Anderson that he had told Dr. McIntyre's team that they only seemed to have problems with black principals. He said he would arrange a time for me to speak with the superintendent, but that never happened. And let me say, the team evaluation process should not be used to harm teachers and principals, though this administration seems to do that with people they don't like. Dr. McIntyre has a system in place that prevents anyone from communicating directly with him. Just a few weeks ago, Dr. Sims proudly told me that Dr. McIntyre hadn't talked to principals in 5 years, and he would not start with me. Mrs. Malin has also told me for the past 3 years that the superintendent would not talk directly to me. Every concern is filtered through his leadership team, and you're like a gerbil on a wheel. Nothing goes to him. Dr. McIntyre claims that he was unaware of any of my concerns and even told me that I should have reached out to him. and I have. Through his process, I stated to Dr. McIntyre on Monday that as superintendent, he should have reached out to me. He did not. He did when he wanted me to do something. Dr. McIntyre has created a system that prevents teachers, staff, and principals from being able to share their voices. I need to say that Dr. McIntyre agreed to meet with me on June 24th to discuss my concerns that I wanted to present tonight. June 24th would have no bearing on anything happening tonight, but he did agree to meet, and I am happy for that. His concern was for himself and not for me. He has made no attempt, even on Monday when we met. His concern was what I would say to you. I will honor the 5 minutes, but there are many more things I could say, but I will be respectful of your time. Thank you.
Thank you